Hey people, welcome back to another video on YT News. Whenever we look around, social inequality is prevalent. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on anything. Alright, let's get to it. Ben Shapiro brings her down. When Ben Shapiro, an American commentator, hosted a seminar speaking against abortion, explaining his views to the people that the unborn life inside of a human has all the rights to live because it is a potential human being itself, and that our comfort should not be a determination of who gets to live or die. There were many mixed reactions, but there was one woman in particular who stood out from among the crowd. When she shouted her question from the corner of the room, asking if the women should just face the harsh reality and eliminate the convenience and freedom to take something out of their body when they don't want it, Shapiro instantly responded with a definite yes, saying that an unborn child should not be robbed of their life because they are still dependent. But the lady quickly told him off, stating that it's not his place to decide anything for a woman, and went on to state that the babies are not dependent beings when they are just a bundle of cells, as they require nurturing. This agitated Shapiro and he demanded an explanation. But when the lady failed to explain herself and diverted the conversation, he closed the discussion by saying that her own argument postulated that she was herself a bundle of cells.
The baby is not part of your body. The baby is a baby. Really, my wife is pregnant right now and she's 30 weeks pregnant. Actually 32. That baby is kicking the living crap out of her. Okay, that is a living human being in there. Okay, and I promise you that it is not a bundle of cells. Okay, I can guarantee you it's not a bundle of cells because that is a baby. Okay, and I'm sorry, but
a bundle of cells that is requiring.
You're technically a bundle of cells, right?
Racist milk? Two men were recorded having a conversation outside a retail store, where a black man was seen explaining to another man that certain guys were thrown out of the area for chugging milk there, because it promotes hate speech. This confused everyone around, and they made sure he actually meant that veganism promoted racism, still confused if they got it wrong, but they were reassured that milk was indeed a symbol of hate speech, not because of the obvious appearance of its color, but because of its specifically proven that the adult black population lacks the genetic makeup which helps the digestion of milk, hence making them lactose intolerant. And so, the man argued that the group of guys were obnoxiously drinking milk as an act of racism, whether the other person insisted that one of the guys he personally knew from that group had a bone condition and hence did not intend to promote racism by simply having milk outside. But he refused to believe him, determined that the insensitive group was intended to demean the black race.
That's hate speech.
Anti-veganism?
You know that's hate speech.
What? Anti-veganism?
You know that's hate speech.
What was hate speech?
That's
part of it.
That's hate speech. That's part of hate speech, and I'm not even going to sit here and explain that.
What? Anti-veganism?
No, you know what that is.
What did he say?
That you know what that milk. That's a symbol that represents
milk is
hate
a symbol
speech.
of something?
Yes, towards black people.
What is the milk? What is it a symbol of? I've never heard that in my life. Truthfully speaking, I've never heard that.
You never heard of it?
No.
You being honest?
Yes. I don't know what milk.
Basically, and that's another thing they were doing on Saturday. Yeah, no. That's another thing they were doing on Saturday. There's all these subliminal racist type of things they do. For example, drinking the milk, right? They try to say that like black people are lactose intolerant.
Muslim savageness. When Senator Jacqui Lambie was invited to a show to have a discussion over some serious issues with the Islamic youth leader Yasmin, support Sharia law. This investigated Yasmin, who began explaining the Sharia law and how it promoted nothing controversial, yet people still vilified Muslims on basis of no knowledge of the religion. But Jacqui turned a deaf ear to whatever was explained to her and yelled how the Islamic law won't be implemented on her watch. To which Yasmin responded that the Sharia actually states that the person should follow the law of the land on which he or she is on, which was a humiliating moment for Jacqui, from which she did not know how to recover, and lashed out that the Muslim minority was killing people. Yasmin still began to explain how this was a fake portrayal, and the crowd broke out into applause. However, Jacqui didn't move an inch from her statements and still backed them up by saying that it might be hateful to the minority, but she was thinking for the majority. Kelly Osdum? In an interview on iView with Kelly Osbourne, a discussion about Donald Trump's aberrant racist remarks regarding Latinos popped up, whereas he had labeled them as murderers. A fellow Latin woman spoke up about how these racist remarks were making everything much worse and not helping the immigrants. When Kelly interrupted with a poor choice of words, saying that who was going to clean Donald Trump's toilets if all the Latinos were removed from the country? This terrible statement was followed by a brief silence, and the rest of the guests quickly chimed in to clarify that there are more jobs for Latinos rather than this stereotypical image of the race.
There are a lot of Latinos here in this country that do agree that the immigration problem is a problem and it does need to be addressed and it does need to be fixed.
Interesting.
But making those comments, those racist comments, do not help.
And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always...
But
They don't-
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean
doing
it like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
White people killer machine. A man filmed a woman of color on tape who had come in support of the statements of Malcolm X against people of white color, and publicly proclaimed that white people should be killed because they are a threat to the black race. When the man asked her to repeat her statement, she confessed that she wasn't scared to admit that everyone in the world will feel peace if the white existence was erased, repeatedly yelling at the man who was recording the video that you need to die.
That white people should be killed? Is that why you're here?
You damn right I do.
You do?
You think I'm scared to say that to you?
You think white people
You
should be killed,
motherfuckers
huh?
thought we should be killed when y'all came and stole us from Africa and put us in chains and murdered us for over 400 years. So yeah, you do need to die. I think everybody else on the planet will have peace when you're dead.
Are you responsible for what your parents did?
Listen, I'm talking for me. I answered your question.
All right.
Now I'm done talking because I don't negotiate with fucking terrorists. I think you should go back to those caves that you crawled out of in the Caucasus Mountains because you can't leave black and brown people alone. We can't have any peace on the planet because of white supremacy and white existence. So yeah, fucking die or go back to the caves. Not scared to say it.
This brings us to the end of our video. Let us know which part left you most shocked. For more interesting content, stay tuned to our channel. Until then, take care and goodbye.